do this. Let's do this to this. Lewis. Hooah! I'm going to take my potassium and my magnesium. I feel like you got to say it like that. Potassium. Even when they get stuck in your throat. Throat stuck. There's Mr. Frank. I'm going to try my damnedest to make this as exciting as some of the other Twitch channels you normally watch. Where's your yellow goggles? I have 220 Eggonite coins now. That's too many. That is too many. I haven't been on there in a long time. I really haven't been on too many other people's Twitches. I went on a couple people to watch them playing Frostpunk, that game that I bought for $2.99. That was really it. Hardly any writing yesterday either. Hardly a word. Beep, 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 beep. I was going to get on YouTube Live yesterday, but my wife had to take her aunt to the doctor, and she needed me to go and hang out with her mom for an hour, which turned into almost 2 hours. But we watched. She watches a lot of old shows, like all in a row. So we watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Ironside, and then I sent my wife a message and I said, "Please hurry back, because Walker Texas Ranger is on." I've actually never watched the show, but God, it is just awful. Like just complete cliche and just bad. Like really bad. And everybody knows karate. Everybody can take on like Nia Peebles and then some dude with a mullet. The two of them took on like 8 bikers. I'm like, yeah, no, she weighs about 100 pounds. They kicked the crap out of them though, and they even have in that. I didn't realize that show. They even have sound effects for that boom, boom, like when they're hitting and stuff, like almost like Batman. I'm waiting for Papow to be on the screen or something. It's really bad. I'd gotten all this way, 55 years, close to 56 years, without having ever seen a Walker Texas Ranger episode until yesterday. I feel like I lost something. Yeah, that no, that different a different one. We're going. Me and Tom Duffy are going Saturday to see Gabino Iglesias at his lit chat here in Jacksonville. I went over the other night and saw Tim Gilmore, the Tim Gilmore, give a thing Monday night, and then they announced Gabino. So this thing that killed me. I get there and I'm like, hey, who's interviewing Gabino, because it doesn't have it listed, and they're like, oh, some woman, Amy something or other. I'm like, oh, okay. And the lady's like, yeah, I sent you a message, but you never got back to me. I said, no, you didn't. She's like, yeah, like a month ago. I'm like, nope. She's like, yeah. So she looks it up on her phone, and I'm like, well, here's the problem. You sent it to Armando Rosamilia at my address, not Armand Rosamilia. I'm like, all you had to do was copy and paste on my thing. She goes, oh, I was wondering why you didn't get back to me. She goes, I was going to have you interview him. I'm thinking that would have been great. Well, if anybody else comes up and you don't hear from me, double check your email. Yeah, I think Amy Lamy is going to be doing it. You should go wearing full catcher. Yeah, I know. You say something he doesn't like, he's going to beat you up. I messaged Tom. I was like, Tom, do you want to go to this thing? Because Tom hasn't left his house in like, I don't know, 2 months. And Tom was like, yeah. I'm like, you got to get a library card. He's like, hold on. He's like, I just did it online. I'm like, all right. As long as you have the code, they have to scan it for you to get in. So I'm picking up Tom about 1 o'clock on Saturday. And we're going. Sunday, I have a book signing, me and young Mike, at the punk rock show. One of the bands canceled, so they added A1 A-holes. And they're going to do they just do Misfits covers. With special vocal guests, it said. I don't know if Glenn Danzig's in town, but, maybe. So that should be interesting. At least I'll know their songs. He'll kick your ass if you don't say something he does. Yeah, that is true, too. Yeah. So, yeah, that should be interesting. So me and Tom are going to go see Gabino on Saturday. Just don't feel like writing today. You never watched Walker Texas Ranger? Yeah, I don't blame you. It was really bad. And it was on for like 1,000 seasons, right? I was all set to become A1 A-holes biggest fan until they said they're a cover band. Yeah. I don't know if they're actually a cover band, but they just said they're going to fill in and they're going to only do a Misfits set. So I don't know. I'm going to look them up. I'm sure they're on the social media. A1A holes. Maybe I got to put a dash in there. Here they are. Here's their Instagram. It's a great name for a punk band. They're Jack's Florida punk band. These are the bands playing: Morning Horizon, Mourning, of course. Digital Forevers, A1 A-holes, and Grave Robber is headlining. Grave Robber sounds like a new wave of British heavy metal. Awful band. They just played last week. They played with great. So Grave Robber is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. They played at Hard Love. New music coming from the A1A holes. That's what it says. I'm gonna follow them. I'm sure they're gonna be freaking awesome. I'm sure they will just freaking just kill it, and I will be in awe. I just will be in awe. I'll be like, these guys are awesome. This is like having the Misfits on stage playing at this place. All right, all right. Let's see what happens. Come on. A1A holds the treble name for a Misfits cover band. I don't believe they're a Misfits cover band. I just believe they're going to play a lot of Misfits songs. I mean, they're going on second or third. I just hope I sell some of these crappy horror books. Hey, Beers and Fears, it's Halloween. I answered your question about trading books at book signings. It'll be Fridays. walk and talk. I didn't do one last week. I don't know, remember why. But I did remember you gave me a question, so I did answer it. Oh, is this like a Halloween thing where the band does covers like they're wearing a costume? I don't know. I know it's a Halloween show, so I would imagine they're like, oh, well, let's do, let's do Misfits songs. And I'm sure at least one of the guys in the band will have his old school Misfits shirt that he bought last year at Hot Topic. Okay, I was looking to see if we covered it yesterday. Yeah, no, actually I recorded it this morning. So Friday, 17th. Said I watch you drink a bunch of coffee. A bunch of coffee, right? You see the one I drank today? Eileen Boozler. Is that her name? Elaine Boozler. Elaine Boozler's company. Had no idea. Had no idea. Such a comedic genius. I don't remember what she looks like. Dog coffee. Yes, dog coffee. Boxer coffee. I was going to ask what Elaine Boozler was up to these days, but now I know. Yeah, now you know. I got to look her up. I don't even remember what she looks like. Elaine Boozler. Oh yeah, she's that lady. She's 73. She never looked good, but she probably don't look as good like this. She's born in Brooklyn. She's 5'5". I bet she smells like a schnauzer. Wow. What is she best known for? Her thoughtful and feisty humor, and her love of baseball and animals. She still lives in Brooklyn. She played Blind Joy on Night Court. Did you know that? I don't even know what that is. I know what Night Court is. She's married to Bill Siddons since 2007. He's an American music manager. He managed the Doors from 68 to 72. World renowned for her love of baseball. Yeah. When I think of baseball, I think of Elaine Boozler. She started in a league of her own. Get it? Yeah, when I think of those great Brooklyn teams of the last 30 years, I think of her. Do do do, baby, dee dee. Are you trying to tell me the guy who managed the Doors is banging a lame boozer, the woman who smells like a Scottish canine? Inconceivable. Yeah. He was also in a couple of the Doors bio movies over the years. That's literally, looks like that's literally it. He probably has a love of animals and baseball, like Elaine, and obviously he lives in Brooklyn, and he's of the Jewish faith like she is, so they have a lot in common. He probably banged Judy Tenuta also. Oh my God, that ugh. I used to hate when she used to come on Howard Stern. And who was she married to? She was married to Emo Phillips for a while there. Here's another one, that stupid voice. Ugh. Judy Tenuta was like she was like the more annoying Roseanne Barr voice back in the day. I had boneless barbecue honey barbecue boneless wings for lunch. But on the packaging, it did not have air fryer, so I just put them in the oven. Like I could look it up, but I have directions right here. I definitely didn't like emo. I don't know who did like emo Phillips. I don't even think Mr. and Mrs. Phillips liked him. I was not a big fan of a lot of female comedians back in the day. They all seemed like they were just trying to be. They were either trying to be like fit in with the guys. Let's say dumb things that are like, I'm going to talk about my vagina, that kind of crap. A getaway twisted. Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you talking so slow, you moron? Not just not fun. I love Paula Poundstone. She was legit funny, and her whole act wasn't. I'm a woman. I don't. I barely. I know who she is. I just barely remember her act. I'm trying to think. Like most of them, I just ignore. I'm not really a big. Like Sarah Silverman. To me, she just tries too hard. I thought she was dating Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, there was just so much to that. That one chick who does all the. She did the roast, and everybody. I thought she had some funny biting things, but then it's just like I don't know. You just seem really mean. Like she seems like the kind of chick that would laugh at your small penis in the bedroom and make you want to hang yourself. Renee Goulet was great. Very funny. If I think of funny female comedians, Renee Goulet. Ah, Renee. It's a nice breeze. 79 it says right now. But don't feel it. I got the windows open. Cats in the windows in their hammocks. Really nice breeze. When the breeze dies, that's when it's going to be like all sweaty, gross sweat. Rene Goulet died in 20. No, he didn't. Rene Goulet, I just saw him the other day. We just had some. We just had some baklava together. You mean Robert Bedard? The number one Frenchman, Rene Goulet. He's born in Quebec City, but then he died at 86 in Matthews, North Carolina. Hmm. Wasn't? Did he have a brother? I thought he also had a brother, or somebody who was supposedly his brother. I remember they were big in the early to mid '70s in the WWF tag team champions at one point. And then as he got older, he just became a jobber. And then, of course, this comedic turn. That guy was so funny. Chris Goulet, Chet Goulet, Jorge Goulet, Odile Goulet. I think it was his mom. They called her Odie. Where did you just pull Rene Goulet from? I got to know. I mean, were you talking about him? Were you trying to teach your daughters? Listen, we're going to talk about some of the greatest wrestlers that maybe time has forgotten. Starting with Rene Goulet. And all your daughters were like, "Tell us more, Daddy. Tell us more." Tell us about the Brooklyn Brawler, Daddy. Tell us about him next. Yeah, the famous female comedian Rene Goulet. The hell is everybody else? Now tomorrow I probably won't be on. Amanda's coming over in the morning. She normally doesn't leave till after 1 p.m. and then I have therapy at 3, and then I have an event at Happy Medium Books at 6 p.m. tomorrow. I got a busy week. Friday I'm meeting with Andrea and Wynn for breakfast. Saturday, me and Tom are going to see the Texas Brawler himself, Gibeon Iglesias. Sunday I am going to be at Bedlam 1 to 4 with a Misfits cover band apparently. I literally got nothing next week except for the 25th, Saturday. Shelly's 93-year-old Aunt Bobby is getting married to her 96-year-old boyfriend. If I wanted to get the 50-yard stare of disinterest, I'd tell my kids all about Renee. Right? Amanda ruins everything. She knows. She's sitting right here. Say something. That wasn't nice, Frank. That was Amanda said that. She got her throat hurts. She accepts your apology. Did you see my new anthology I'm in? Cthulhu Dreams. They spelled a word wrong on the cover, and it's bothering me. And also, they didn't put my name on the cover, but it's on the back, I guess. Mine is the second story. A lot of dee 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 dee. Ah! I need to see him walk around to come back. I've resorted to watching a guy ride a homemade hovercraft down an abandoned train line in like rural Minnesota or somewhere unpleasant. That does sound all unpleasant. I would imagine it's going to come back at some point, right? Or did it just end? Just I don't even remember. Cthulhu-lations. Exactly. I've been watching. I've been binge watching Mysteries of the Abandoned the last couple 3 nights. My wife was at her mom's yesterday till late, so we didn't really watch anything. I'm not sure if we're gonna watch more of the Ed Gein thing together, or she's finally just gonna be like, you can watch that. Just blow a giant hole in Mesa, right? You tell me you can't get Dragon up there with a friggin' heavy equipment, him and Thomas, and they just dig a giant hole. They're like, oh, it's 50 feet down or whatever they're saying. You can't just you can't just dig that out. Come on, get Nick Zinn out there with some dynamite. Stick some dynamite in the hole. Blow the top of the mesa up. No, next year they're just going to drill another hole and they're going to put more equipment in there, and then they're not going to understand what they're seeing. Do 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 boop boop boop. All right, finish the chapter. Chapter finished. Fini. Here's this girl again. She's an African American girl. She's wearing. She just has her hair all kind of weird. She's wearing stretchy pants and a very very tight top. No bra. You can tell no bra. She just spit. Very attractive. Next page, Mr. Frank. Next page. She's always on her phone. She just wanders up and down the street sweating on her phone. That's what she's doing. She's just wandering around out there now. Go in your house. Go in your house. All right, Frank. I think I'm done for the writing portion of this afternoon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for talking about Rene Goulet. Go look up a bunch of his matches. I'm sure there's a YouTube channel with all of his best matches. I mean, I doubt it's just a top 10. There's probably a top 500. Why are you using your sexy voice? I don't know. I don't. Because the windows are open. I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell. There's that African American girl in stretch. I don't want to yell, and then she looks over, and then she's paying attention to my house. Maybe she'll. But yeah, it was a breathy whisper. It was more like a careless whisper. All right, Frank. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will likely not be on tomorrow, but I would definitely be here on Friday. Positive Friday, bitches. Positively Friday. I don't know. All right, go back to your regularly scheduled programming.